Hello everyone, today we will give you a country comparison presentation between China and India and also give some suggestion about a mid-sized food company to enter these two countries. And here is our outline. First of all, we would like to give you a basic economic comparison between these two countries. And it is interesting to mention that after 2008 economic crisis, China goes stable while India slows down. And the reason behind that is China's government conducting a expanding internal consumer policy. On the other hand, the high inflation rate and interest rate and the unemployment rate really slow down the Indian's economic growth rate. And for the international trade, both US and Asian dragons are the major trading partner of China and India, but India also have a large trade proposal between India and Middle East. And for the trading product, machinery take a large proportion in China and India exporting and importing. And also for China, electric and energy are the major part of international trade. And for India, the iron and steel, processed stone, and chemical industry are important. Also, China has a relative lower exchange risk than India, and both of these two countries have relative low political risk in recent years. And on the account of the expanding internal consumer policy by Chinese government, Chinese economy currently are moving from export-based to consumer-based, which will provide a stable growth in future of China. And on the other hand, since India's government are relying on the international hot money to cover the deficit fiscal account and current account, with a tapering QE program and leaving of the international hot money, the deficit of the fiscal account and current account will have a growth problem in future of India. And also on the account of high inflation rate and unemployment rate, there should be a relative higher exchange risk in India in recent years. Also, on the account of China's government anti-corruption action in last 2 years, China should have a relatively lower political risk in future. Even though Hong Kong protesting make some loss in last month, but it should not be a problem in long run. And for India having a meeting with Chinese government in September 2014 about the border dispute, and this is a good signal for low political risk in China and in India and also in South Asia. When you are doing business with Chinese and Indian, you really need to consider your stature with them, and you need to invest in relationship, especially in China, and you need to show your achievement to prove your work. And both China and India are a good place for innovation on the account of low uncertainty avoidance. And for the China's society, you really need to avoid mistake because there is no second chance for mistake on the account of high patriotism. Let's narrow down to the marketing of the mid-sized food company. Since China have a large population from 15 to 16.4, and also China's people have a large GDP per capita with higher living standard, China could provide a large target customer. And on the other hand, on the account of the higher population growth rate and large population in India, India should be a large market for future in long run.
Let's talk about the food culture in India and China. So Chinese food has a wide variety of foods, and the Chinese avoid very few types of food. And basically, they like a hot meal. The cold raw meal they don't consider if give choice. And Beijing is in north part of China. The food more focus on the wheat, such as noodles. But now the various cooking style in Beijing because it is the capital city. So the north part like the rice and steamed food are in the Beijing. And the Indian food is famous for herbs and spicy. And due to the religion and tradition, there's a lot of vegetarian in India. but for the non-vegetarian, chicken is accepted. We will use the Chipotle Mexican grill as an example to do research. Basically, the pork, beef, and chicken in Chipotle are all organic, and each ingredient is laid out in front of you so that you can choose the perfect combination to make your perfect meal. And as of 2010, 40% of their black beans are certified organic. So the food quality in Chipotle Mexican grill fits the demand of Chinese food quality, but still need a little taste adjustment for localization. For example, at Beijing roasted duck burrito, fish or shrimp tacos, and also warm burrito and tacos for the Chinese customers. What is the suggestion for Indian market? Localization could be an important strategic plan to operate restaurant. For example, Taco Bell rebranding with vegetarian menu in 2013. So we suggest to divide seats into vegetarian area and non-vegetarian area, and also add local favorable sauce and more types of fresh vegetables. And the self-service style helps customer to avoid unfavorable food, like cheese. Put all in a nutshell, we will use franchise to enter Chinese market and Indian market, and restaurants will build in big cities such as Beijing, China, and Mumbai, India. And based on our research, India should have a larger growth space for fast food company, account for a higher population growth rate. However, China is more suitable for first entry to Asia due to the stable growth in recent years. Thank you.